Yeah, no, I remember all of those.
I remember waking up and seeing, like, anime before. There was this one
Uh-huh.
anime I watched, and there's two of them that stick out in my mind. One of them was, I want to say it was Dot Hack, but I'm not 100% certain.
Oh,
Came
I
out,
know this story.
and it was about a little girl sitting up in, like, a tree, and she jumped down and stabbed a guy, and it's traumatized me. And then I also remember seeing this other anime, and it might not even have been an anime, it might have just been like an animation, but it was about like the end of the world, and there was like a guy in a bathtub at one point, and it just was so, I have such vivid, like I can like see it in my head, I just can't possibly describe it.
Yeah.
And I've searched for it, and I cannot find it.
I don't remember waking. I don't really think I think at the point that I was like had like a TV in my room or something, or I'd be up late watching TV. I think at that point Toonami might have been in like a weird time
Oh, is this
slot.
like oh. Oh.
I remember I remember though, like, I think it was probably back when Toonami was like a weekday, like a afternoon thing. I remember seeing episodes of Dragon Ball Z and it really freaking me out. And my friends were kind of into it, and I was just like, I don't like this green man. This is weird. I don't like it.
Get him
And
away
that's
from
so
me.
funny to me now because I'm like a Dragon Ball Super fan. I have read every bit of Dragon Ball.
Should I go up and get those other things up there, or should I just leave?
Did we get the video?
I don't know. No,
Do we care?
not on this level yet. But I only have one wish in this level so far, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I think we're pretty early still. But yeah, no, I mean, I partially it was the Toonami like revival in the early 2010s that got me into anime though.
Do you remember? There was I was trying to remember this one specific thing I saw on Adult Swim, and for the longest time I thought it was Mission Hill.
Yeah.
Do you remember Mission Hill at all?
I do. It's like a thick outline kind of early
very
2000s adult
Yeah.
cartoon.
I thought that the thing I was remembering was Mission Hill, and I watched Mission Hill, just to see if I could find that episode, but it wasn't that, and I was like, what the fuck did I remember? And so, when I went back, I found it, and I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's an episode of a thing that only ever aired one episode, and it's about, like, a group of nerds, and the episode specifically, or I guess the one episode, is about, they get, like, there's, like, a rare Boba Fett figure at a store, at, like, the comic shop that they visit, and so these two guys get into, like, a battle, like, a nerd battle to prove that, like, they know more trivia than the other guy, and
We love Star Wars.
whoever wins gets Boba Fett. But the only reason
There's like a pilot that didn't get picked up or something.
it's yeah. It like didn't get picked up. I think I read it was like too expensive to produce or something.
Right.
And
I think you can maybe go around the outer lip of this here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. What the fuck was I saying? Oh,
Something
the
about,
only reason it stuck in my head was because one of the trivia questions they asked was, "What does Gabumon digivolve into?" And I remember thinking, "Oh, Digimon
I know
mentioned, and
Gabumon.
I know Gabumon." And that's the only reason it ever stuck in my head.
Funny.
Yeah, I think I gotta go on like the lip here.
But yeah, no, the way I got into anime was, it was like 2013, 2014, whenever Adult Swim was airing fucking Sword Art Online.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember the ads for it, and I was like, I had never watched any anime, and I was like, oh, because I was like really into the idea of VR at the time, I remember. It was just really cool to me, and so I was like, oh, this sounds awesome. It looks really cool. And I watched like the first episode or two of that, and then I was like, okay, anime seems pretty cool. This is awesome. So I ended up looking up like, what anime should I watch, and everyone's like, you should watch Trigun, and so I ended up binging all of
Trigun.
Yeah,
That's a crazy one for the internet to tell you. I feel like that's like a starter.
no, it's totally not. Especially at the time, it was a very popular
I've never
recommendation.
seen it.
People would talk about it inside kind of the same breath as
like Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, that's more of what I think of when I think of like starter anime. Is like,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure that one was being floated around too. I don't know why. It was apparently already too much of a hipster. So I went with Trigun. And I just remember watching it on like fucking Kiss Anime or something in like 2013.
Oh yeah. I was no stranger to Kiss Anime.
And just I remember.
Damn it.
I remember specifically I never really like cried watching a TV show before. So there's a very famous scene in that show. If you know, you know. You guys. I remember it made me cry, and I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Anime is crazy.
I've told my story before about how I watched Full Metal first, but
yeah.
I did seek out other anime afterwards, and I remember googling because I'd seen like 2 episodes of random anime on Adult Swim, and I remember googling anime about skateboard or like surfboarding robots, which was Eureka 7. And then I googled anime about headless girl on motorcycle, which was Durarara.
Oh. Yeah. I remember I did stick through. I watched it. I stayed up until like whatever 11 every week that year to watch fucking Sword Art Online, and I dipped out. Oh, look at him. I dipped out after first court.
I watched all of season 1 of Sword Art, and I watched half of the gun one.
I did try to watch the second season. Like at that point, I was already into anime.
Yeah.
And like I had my Crunchyroll and stuff. But yeah, I also bounced off of it. I'm like, this sucks.
I don't even remember anything about the fucking gun anime, the gun Sword Art Online.
I was like, oh, I feel some sort of way about Femme Kirito. I'm not gonna unpack that. Anyway, this sucks. Oh wow, they made your fucking vision wiggly again. That's great. What a good power up.
So Timmy wished for a gamma ray gun, and Wanda said no. Instead, I made it so your suit gives off, like, shields you from gamma radiation.
Well, that's not what he wished for at all.
It's not what he wished for,
guess,
Wanda.
Like, Cosmo and Wanda suck, so whatever. It's surprising.
Timmy wanted a gun, and they didn't give him a gun.
Yeah, they're like, we did guns in the first 3 levels, Timmy.
So do I need to go back now? Because I still can't make it across that big gap. Oops.
Maybe you can. Try going over there.
Yeah, maybe, like, I can, like, see a thing. Oops. Yeah, maybe, like, the radiation lets me see a thing, possibly?
I smell Eugonium!
Oh,
yeah.
It's so.
See, I remember this was another thing. It took me forever to find as a kid. So I recalled this. Yeah.
Gamma makes the Eugonium. Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know. Who cares?
Man.
You know what I really like? So this is really cool. When you go through a door, Timmy's facing the same way. So like, so this is the room I just was in, right? Yeah. I walk through. I'm still facing. So if I was just to keep holding up, I just keep walking back. It doesn't like turn you around.
Oh. Listen to the music. What's the music doing?
Look, Cosmo and Wanda on TV.
Uh-oh, I think that means another fucking Sparks level.
Oh, hell yeah. Those were
or
easy.
gummy ship level or whatever.
Let's buy something.
Okay. You should, I've said this before, and I'm just gonna keep saying it until you do it. You really should watch Trigun. I feel like you'd really like Trigun.
I probably would.
It's one of my favorite animes. So.
The aesthetic is totally up my alley.
It's great.
I really like.
It's really good.
I really like. Oh, look at that! I see what's about to happen. I really like Western aesthetic. Even better if it's like a Western sci-fi like aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
Super cool to me.
Yeah, Jared and I have been slowly rewatching it over the past like year, on and off, and it's great, really good.
Did you watch
Highly
the
recommend
new
the dub. Really like the dub. No, but I heard it's great. I heard it was really good.
Speaking of dubbed anime, we started watching Bacano again.
Oh yeah, last night we started Bakuna.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in like. That's our next project following.
I haven't seen it in like 10 years, nearly. So, I was excited to watch it again.
We were kind of commenting last night. We watched the first 2 episodes. It's crazy how good those episodes are for being entirely set up.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's very
too.
engaging. It's like very exciting, despite. I mean, there's some glimpses of violence, but it's nothing compared to what is to come. Yeah,
it's very violent.
It is very violent. I'd kind of forgotten how like gory it is.
I like it.
Yeah, I like
the gore. I do.
I like a lot of anime that are very bloody. I'm a JoJo's fan. Although the character of the violence in Bacano is very different.
It is.
JoJo's. It's less. I don't know. It's cartoony, but in a different way, almost.
Yeah.
It's meant to be more shocking, I think.
I mean, yeah. One of the first things you see is the kid getting his head blown off.
We're not gonna explain that for a long time.
Nope.
But yeah, we're doing that, and then our plan, I think at least tentatively, is we're gonna watch Venture Brothers after that.
Yes.
Which I'm excited for.
We were gonna watch that next, but we decided to watch.
But then Jared said, "Do you guys want to watch Bacano?" And we're like, "Okay."
Well, okay, and also it's short. It's only like 13 episodes, so.
But yeah, I'm a big Venture fan.
I'm excited to watch Venture.
As is Jared. I think that the first bit of Venture, it takes a little bit of time to heat up. But I like it a lot. I think, like, I don't know, that's one where I think the Jared recommendation for me comes quite highly. He's very much not like an adult cartoon kind of guy, I think.
Yeah, so for him to like that so much, it should
it very much is like American adult cartoon, especially early on. It's very, very crash show. It's very violent, but it's very clever. It's got a lot of heart, which bears more and more as the show goes on. I love that show. It's one of my favorites.
Hell yeah.
And I'm glad it got something of an ending, finally. Kind of.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah, the movie.
There was like right. There was like a movie. I remember hearing about that.
The movie is, it's one of those things where it's so Venture, because it kind of leaves it open to more, but I think we're done.
Like if there were no more, you'd be satisfied.
Yeah, as much as you can be, given it's a show that just is very famous. It'll be interesting when you watch it. This is just a thing when you watch Venture, is like, between seasons, there were regularly just like 3, 4, 5-year hiatuses.
I mean, you were telling me about that even when we were watching like Avatar. You were telling me that like there were times where like you were like there were huge gaps between episodes.
Yeah, but in Avatar, all of that show aired within, I want to say, 3 years maybe. Which, you know, isn't super long a time frame for that kind of show. It might even be just 2 years. It might have been like 2006 to 2008 or something.
Right. Venture was like several years.
But Venture is like early 2000s, and it was getting new seasons every couple of years all the way up until, you know, like 2018, 2019, something like that.
Damn.
So it's just split up over like 30 years, and you'll just have like a crazy gap, and the production will look totally different afterwards. It's just I don't know, it's a very interesting show to watch. But I think you'll really, at the very least, you'll laugh whenever Brock is on.
Yeah, because it's fucking Patrick Warburton.
Yeah. Brock is just a really funny character too.
I trust Cosmo, Wanda.